Hey, this is episode 10 of Freak Like Tea. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's so important for you, the fans, to continue to support the artists you love by buying their band merchandise. As this is episode 10, and I should be going back to London next week, fingers crossed, this is looking like it's going to be my last interview. So today I'm interviewing Callum and Oz. Get back in there. Callum and Oz from the band Straight for the Sun, who reside in Birmingham and, like many other bands, have had a lot of gigs cancelled. And they have released their latest single, Walk, which you can go and listen to now after this.
Sake.
Hello?
Oh, sweet, what up?
Hey! See, I fucking hate Zoom.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm an Android wanker, so at the same time, it's a bit tragic, I know, don't judge.
Heavily judging.
Where's Oz?
So, hi Oz, I'm Jasmine.
Oh, sorry, hey, it's nice to meet you.
Okay, so very quickly, for those who don't know, you guys are part of a band called Straight for the Sun. So for those who don't know you, do you want to kind of introduce who you are and what your role is in the band?
So I am Callum Green, and I'm the lead vocalist in the Birmingham metal band Straight for the Sun. And I'm Oz Jackson, I'm the bass player for the same band.
Very good. How long have you guys been playing together then?
The band's probably been going for about 3 years, but actually it wasn't the original lineup. So the three members, Jamie and the two guitarists who aren't here, were originally in it with a different vocalist and a different bassist, but it just wasn't working. They weren't really, they're playing a few gigs, but then me and Oz kind of just stepped in and we just clicked straight away. So we've been together with the band for probably 2 years now, Oz, I think. Yeah, I'd say it's about 2 years. Callum joined before I did. Okay. I came in about a month later to what was essentially one of the worst band interviews I've ever been to in my life, because it wasn't really an interview. It was more of a whole, I already knew Paulie and I already knew Jamie from university.
Okay.
I hadn't met Jamie yet. So Paulie was like, "Oh well, come and meet our guitarist. See if you not guitarist. Come and see our singer. See if you get on with them." And this would have been summer because it was scorching hot and we went out busking. That was the point. And oh god, this is like how we first met. Can you not remember this? I do that now. You mentioned the busking thing. It's all coming back to me. I remember being in the middle of Birmingham playing Sweet Home Alabama. Yeah, but Sweet Home Alabama. That you didn't know the words to that, and so we just stood in the middle of Birmingham with Callum shouting, "Big wheels keep on turning," and nothing else for about 5 minutes. What an introduction! Hey, we played Even Flow. That went all right. Oh yeah, we did Even Flow as well, and that's how I joined the band. That was the interview.
So did you all kind of know each other on the scene beforehand then? Were you, Callum, were you at the same uni at all, or...?
Yeah, so I was at the same, because it was also college, so I was just in the college years of there with Jamie, the drummer, but I was already in a different band called Aversion. We split up, and as soon as we split up, Jamie turned to me, because he was already a really close mate, and was like, "Dude, you've got to come, just try, sing for a night and just see how you feel, see what you're thinking." And genuinely, I came for that night, everyone really got on, I just kind of vibed with them all, and then, rest is history.
Sounds pretty good then. Yeah, pretty lucky with that.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same with me, I'd say. I mean, I knew Jamie and Paulie from university, and same as Callum, I was in a completely separate band that didn't really work out. And me and Paulie had worked on separate projects together, and it was really Paulie that brought me into the band because I knew him the most. I hadn't met Callum or Tom I think I'd met Jamie a few times, but it was like a few years below, so we didn't, we weren't really hanging out or anything.
Yeah.
Didn't really talk much. No, not really.
Cool. So I don't know if you know, Oz, but since lockdown, I've been kind of doing interviews based on the idea of trying to explain how important band merchandise is now that bands can't tour. So what I kind of want to know is, obviously as a rock and metal fan, it's obviously quite a big part of our identity collectively. So what kind of things were you guys listening to getting into music, and were you wearing any sort of the same band merchandise?
I think I've come from a very different musical background.
Okay.
But what actually, to be fair, all of us have come from very different musical backgrounds. I didn't get into metal until I was actually in this band.
Okay.
And it's the same with Jamie. We weren't really metalheads. And in a weird way, I've bought more merchandise from other bands since joining a metal band.
Okay.
In an odd way, because it's almost like, especially the metal scene, it's such a close knitted scene, and everybody knows each other, sort of, especially in sort of the small hubs like Birmingham and all these ones. Well, Birmingham's not a small hub for metal, but you know what I mean. And so I've noticed a lot of people do buy merch, myself included, just as a way of all of us supporting each other, because it's almost like we're all in the same game, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I came from quite a standard traditional metal background, Maiden, Sabbath, brought up on a lot of glam 80s too, Poison, Van Halen, etc., etc. So I think since I've been a child, I've always had like bigger bands merch, and I've always worn band merch generally. It's just been the main part of my wardrobe, and I love wearing band merch. I love wearing band things related. It's just kind of how I dress. So, yeah, I've never kind of had that crossover of I haven't. Oh, now I'm going to start. It's literally just been always part of my wardrobe. Pretty standard to have some band merch, and especially some of the classics. But, yeah, man, I've found kind of like Oz is saying that recently, probably since joining Straight from the Sun, some of the bands that we've even been like on the road with or some shit, we've been like 2 or 3 shows in, and I've been like, I want to grab one of their t-shirts because they were sick live kind of thing. So I've done quite a few things like that too.
So what kind of the new t-shirts that you have bought of the bands that have been playing around you, which kind of ones do you like the most? Do you have any particular funny stories that go with them, or which sort of design do you like the best out of them?
Well, I'll say I don't have a funny story, but I can definitely say our friends over in another band called Netherhall, I recognise almost all of their merchandise. I don't know what they've done, but I can memorise almost all of the artwork that they've got. I remember there was a period when they first came out with, I think it was one of their albums, and they had this design on a t-shirt, and everybody in Birmingham was wearing this t-shirt.
Okay.
Was that the wheel one?
Yeah, it's the gold one with the cog. I can't on it. Sorry, never. I don't remember what it is, but I remember that t-shirt, and I'm pretty sure I've actually got 1 or 2 in my wardrobe. So.
One band in Coventry, I can't remember what their name is. That's really going to annoy me.
You're a terrible fan.
I am. I'm an absolutely terrible fan. Absolutely terrible. I've got their shirt upstairs, and it's literally like, it's so bright and vibrant. It's like very 2007-8 metalcore design, and I love it. It's sick.
You guys have just opened up your merch store as well on your website with a few t-shirts and your EP No Tomorrow, and a few long sleeve t-shirts as well, which are all sold out already. I can see.
Yeah, those long sleeves have been our bane for a very long time. The moment that we get them, they sell out. It's very rare that we've actually got these long sleeves, but the moment that we launched this shop, we were inundated with messages.
It really shocked us, to be fair, because I thought with summer being here, everyone was going to go for short sleeves. But again, we've had messages like, just where's the long sleeves we want? They got a long sleeve. It's like, man, we're really going to have to restock these soon. But yeah,
it's literally the next thing on our list to do is to restock those long sleeves.
Definitely.
That's pretty cool though. Like, even though it's summer, I guess, like, you see normal t-shirts everywhere, so I guess it's kind of a nice thing to have long sleeves. Maybe.
I mean, people are wearing them for reasons that we weren't expecting, to be honest. People, I know people who want them just so they can go to bed in them because they're comfortable. They've got no intention of actually wearing them at the gigs.
Yeah.
They just want to go to bed in them.
You know what? As long as they can be comfy, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Man, I love wearing band shirts. They're literally ridiculously comfy. I'll wear them as pyjama tops. I'll wear them out. This one I got the other week, and it was a size large because it was the smallest that they had, and I've just cut the shit out of it to make it actually fit.
Put it all over the end. Yeah, I think I've done quite a few tops of just, I've only got XL, I'll cut it up.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people just wanting the XL. A, because they like wearing baggy stuff, I guess, and B, so they can be creative with it and trim it up and do their own thing, which, we encourage anyone to do. If people want to take the merch, cut it up and turn it into a new design, we want to see it, we'll repost it on our Instagram.
100%, man, 100%.
So you also released your latest single, Walk, earlier this month, I think it was. Do you think that the lockdown has affected it being received better or worse, seeing as you can't go and do shows to promote it?
See, it's a really hard one to call, actually, because obviously no one's really had this situation before, so no one can really predict whether it would have done a band better or worse. But personally, I actually think it might have helped, man, put more people at home to check it out. I know it's been the best received single that we've dropped to date, which we're so thankful for, all the people who've checked it out, all the people who've shared it. I believe that, it is generally, it's one of my favourites and it's one of our best songs, so there's no reason why it shouldn't have been one of the best received. But who knows, lockdown may have helped it, may have pushed it. I know I was speaking to HRH Radio the other day, and one of the DJs there, and he was mentioning that, more people are actually listening now because more people have the time to, and more people are at home to just chill out and listen to it. So I suppose there's a couple factors there when it's been on radio, more people listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with Callum on that one. I think there's quite a few variables that have gone into it. I mean, on the one hand, everyone is in quarantine, and obviously everyone's listening to the radio more, and everyone's listening to online music a lot more. But at the same time, from our personal feedback, people have been waiting for this one particular song for quite a while now. This isn't a new song. This is quite an old song for us that we never really found the right time to release it. And now we have. So I think that this, unlike a brand new single, this already sort of had a fan base waiting for it coming out. So I think that might have had a bit of that.
Okay, that's pretty cool then. So would you say it's one of your best ones to play live then, if it seems to be one of the favourites?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why it's taken so long to release it, because we were really struggling to get that, I don't know, that energy that happens when it's live into like a studio mix.
Okay.
That whole feeling, what it brings to the set, it was just hard to get that onto record, like Oz was saying, and I think we've had it. When we recorded our first single, Sirens, I think we released that December 2018. That's when we actually first started to track Walk, and it's just been going back and forth and really trying to fine tune it to get it right. But like I said, I think we kind of hit that sweet spot now, and we were just ready.
You've also mentioned that the lyrical content is mainly based on alcoholism, that's weaved some sort of storyline throughout all of your lives. Same here. How do you think the lockdown will challenge the drinking culture in the UK now that pubs can't open?
I think it's quite clear that a lot of people are drinking more at the moment in quarantine, purely on the basis that there's nothing to do. I think I'm hoping that sort of the drinking culture will go back to normal. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when everyone can go back to the pubs again.
I do agree that it's definitely, people are generally drinking more. You can see even from online kind of thing, people are generally drinking more right now, and like I said, it's because there is really not much to do. But as long as people do it responsibly and don't, are not night after night after night after night, then have fun, but don't abuse it. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how it is going back to normal. When half of these people have, day jobs to go to, so can't do it as much, how it's going to affect them and how it's going to affect, the general public.
Yeah, true. Where I'm from, back home in Jersey, it's like there's a beach no matter where you turn, and because pubs aren't open now, just like the beaches are being trashed with cans and litter and broken glass a lot more than they usually are. So
No way.
it's not going quite well back home.
What I'm noticing here, obviously we're about 200 miles from the closest beach, but in Birmingham, obviously we've got quite a lot of canals, and obviously I've been trying to exercise and going down the canals to do my daily walk, and I have noticed there is an increase of people who are actually on these canals just sat drinking. That's sort of the only way they can do it, I guess, because the police don't really walk down most of the canals.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's almost like a prohibition that hasn't happened in a way. Everyone's sort of drinking like outside, but they're hiding it as if it is a prohibition almost.
Yeah. So your EP is out. It's been out for a while, but when can we expect your first full-length album?
Ooh, so there's been a lot of talk, especially in the chat between us, ever since we've released Walk, to be fair, right? So when's the next big drop happening? It's always been a thing that's kind of been in the back of our minds. I think even since we dropped the EP last year, when is that album happening? So you know what, I can't even promise any dates at the moment. We are writing, and that is all I can really say. We don't know how we're going to release it, whether that's going to be singles, more EPs, a big album. We do want to release, obviously, because we're playing HIH Ibiza next year, we want to go over there with more content, we want to go over there with more songs ready, so we will have something released before then, but God knows at the moment what that's going to be. It's just planning and writing, but we have quite a few songs stacked up in the vault ready to go, or halfway recorded, halfway done, halfway wrote, so who knows, man, who knows.
You did mention you're playing that festival in Ibiza next year, and you've also got a show going ahead still in November of this year, I think you said you did. So apart from those things, what other things do you have planned for your band later this year and next year?
So we've been confirmed for two more festivals next year, which I can't sadly announce at the moment, but those are really cool. I'm really hard to announce that. And then we've got a few things coming up on our social medias, working with a couple of the bands quite closely, just from all around the UK, trying to make the best of the bad situation, essentially. Yeah,
I agree with Callum. I think at the moment, the only thing that we can really do is start looking at 2021 and all those dates. We might be lucky to maybe get 6 more shows this year, maybe, with the current situation. But yeah, it is honestly looking like next year we're gonna be releasing a few more things, obviously, and it seems as if it's gonna be a year of festivals, which is gonna be good for us.
I mean, I guess as well as like you said, you're planning the album hopefully for next year. At least then you'll actually be able to go out and promote it rather than having something released in quarantine and not being able to go and play it for people.
Yeah, definitely, and it has been even annoying with War, to be fair. I'd have loved to have gone out to a couple of UK shows and, proper shown off War. I know we've had it in our set for quite a while, but now it's released and really push it out there to people. So it's another factor that's in the back of our minds about the album is when we're dropping that, we really want to be able to go tour it, take a few bands out with us, make it this huge product that can get what it deserves and not just thrown out there kind of thing.
What song do you miss playing live most?
I'm going to say Scapegoat, but that's just because I really like Scapegoat.
Why do you like Scapegoat?
From a playing point of view, on stage, I really love that. However, I miss the reaction of an audience when we go into Sirens. Like when the intro comes in over the PA, and because people have really connected with that song, and we always end on it, and people get mad for it. So I think I probably missed that one actually the most, thinking about it.
So I kind of got two, like ours. So I've got my first one is Villains, purely because it's just such a to play. That is such a fun, powerful song. You've got everything for me in there. You've got your your thrashy, pounding verses, you know, your proper headbanging, your moshing, and then you've got a chorus of pure ballad, big. That is just such a fun song that I always look forward to, wherever it is in our set. And then my second one was the same reason as ours, has got Sirens, because, you know, wherever we are in the country, the moment that intro comes on, the crowd, I don't know, like take it up another level, and it's like, it's unexplainable. The reaction, every single time it shocks me, like, is it going to happen again? And, you know, never fails. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I really want to come to a gig, but you need to play in London.
We do. We've played a couple of times, but we need to get back down. We need to definitely arrange a few London shows for early 2021.
Yeah, we've had quite a few people saying come back down to London, so it's definitely something we're going to be doing.
Yeah, true. I mean, like, when I moved over, obviously I moved over to London for mainly the metal scene, and because of where I'm from, like, you can drive around the whole island in about half an hour. So, to me, when you say England, all I think of is London. Like, I forget other places exist.
Forget that the rest of England exists, it's just London.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people think that, but no, there's more to it. There's some really nice little pockets of metal throughout the whole of the UK, especially Birmingham.
Yeah.
I'd argue the metal scene in Birmingham is bigger than it is in London.
Why do you think that might be?
I don't know. I think it is sort of the birthplace of where especially for British metal with the Black Sabbath and, you know, all these bands that have come from here, and all the amount of metal venues. I mean, I'm within walking distance of about 5 metal venues just from my flat.
That sounds like the right place to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's spinning off that as well, the amount that there is, and it's great for the scene, you know, the bigger the better, but the amount of bands that are coming through who have either been around for a couple of years or ages, it's really sick to see that there's such a big scene here.
So, speaking of which, are there any new up-and-coming bands that you've been listening to that you think other people need to go and check out?
There was this band, I was actually on a live broadcast with them the other week, a band called Escape. I've been listening to them all week. They are ace lads, they're ace musicians, their music videos are slick, they're just awesome. So yeah, if anyone's watching this and hasn't, check them out, go check out Escape.
Yeah, they are pretty good. I'd say a bigger band. I was recently introduced to a band called Sleep Token, and I have not been able to stop listening to Sleep Token.
That's
so
good.
For anybody who doesn't know them, go and listen to Sleep Token. Even if you're in, it's weird because people don't call it metal, but just if you're into metal, give it a chance, and you will be surprised by what they bring.
It's essentially a pop vocalist, complete pop vocalist over metal, and it works beautifully. Such a beautiful voice over such heavy riffs, and yeah, that's Sleep Token. I can back that.
Oh, good. It's so weird when you've got different dynamics like that. Like, I remember when Baby Metal first came out, and...
Baby Metal. I've seen them twice, they're great.
Yeah, like, I saw them at Download in 2018, and they were amazing. But before that, when they first came out, I was quite close-minded, and I was like, no, this is blasphemy. I won't even entertain the idea of like, K-pop and metal. But one of my best mates is really into them, so I've kind of gotten used to them, and then I saw them at Download because she wanted to go and see them, and I'm like, they were really fucking good.
The exact same thing happened to me, man, and the exact same place too, which is really weird. So I refused to listen to them. I was like, no, it's not happening. No, I'm not doing it. And then I was walking past. Were they like opening the main stage or something to Download? And I walked past Court, and I was like, who's this? Oh, damn, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah. And especially like reading.
It's kind of like people who refuse to listen to Poppy. It's like, but have you heard Poppy? It's really good.
I've heard of her, but I'm yet
especially with Fever 3-3, which we're all fans of as well.
Oh god, yeah.
Anything else you want to promote for people?
Yeah, actually, just a little plug, a little self-plug here. If anyone's watching this who hasn't got tickets yet, there's still tickets available for the 28th of November. We're headlining the O2 Academy in Birmingham, so go over, grab your tickets now, or message us, and we will sort them.
That's very exciting. Is this have you headlined places before, or is this the first time?
Yes, we've headlined the O2 a couple times, and then for our EP release last year, we headlined the O2 Institute 2 room. That was such a crazy night. It was It's still up there for like one of my favourite gigs.
To be fair, I haven't been nervous for a gig since then. Oh, maybe no. The Skindred one I was pretty terrified.
Yeah.
Skindred and O2 gig I was terrified of.
Yes, I really enjoy the song Walk as well. I've been listening to that quite a lot as well.
Happy days. Thank you very much.
Bye.